with experience. The fighter that I am today, and I always think that I just needed more years before I fought Mayweather. But things happen and I learned a lot. I don't blame myself because I learned a lot. But yeah, it's kind of an opportunity to show what kind of a fighter I am right now. Continued Bradley. Compared to Crawford, Canelo is much larger, stronger, and more skilled. Terence, 37, narrowly defeated Israil Madrimov in his August debut at 154, and fans rightfully believe that machine. He's human just like me. He bleeds just like me. I'm not going in there thinking, oh, I can't hurt this guy, but I'm not going in there at the same time trying to knock him out. I'm trying to fight my fight, and if the knockout comes and it's there, of course I am going to take it. Canelo's only 2 career losses have come. These big guys are slower. They might catch him with something, but he might see it at the last moment. They might catch him with a hard shot, but he's able to roll and turn with it because he is coming from a smaller weight class that was faster, that was sharper. I am coming from a smaller weight class that was sharper and faster. In the potential Crawford-Canelo clash, his money would be on the man who last fought at 3 weight classes lower. I'm not betting against Terence right now against anybody, not doing it. Talking about the most skilled fighters in the game today, Ward says Crawford is someone you can bet your house on. Everybody is talking about the weight. Oh, he's gonna knock him out. When was the last time Canelo knocked somebody out? Y'all can quit with that. He's gonna knock Crawford out. Canelo is the same height as Crawford, 5'8". Canelo started out at 147 pounds. He's not a natural 168 pounder. Continue that performance. Why would Canelo want to face Crawford? Canelo, don't run away from this. You already ran away from the Benavidez fight. You don't care about what people have to say about you anyway about the fact that you didn't take the fight, said Tim Bradley on his YouTube channel. You're walking up. Terence Crawford, in the latest shot he fired at Canelo, revealed that he has once whooped Canelo's head in sparring before. This was strange to the boxing fans, as the comment section reflected, but Terence Crawford soon dropped.
Obviously, I'm
just saying, man.
No, but he's not. Kovalev.
Kovalev was older. And he does. Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you name is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is not there.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo?
Tough fight.
About Mexico, and you obviously don't care about what people think about you about not taking that fight. Make the fight with Crawford. That's a fight that everybody wants to see you take, and it's going to give Crawford the opportunity to show you and show the world his greatness, added Bradley. Effort to beat the best dogs at 168 and 175. Canelo, the unified super middleweight champion, is urged by Bradley not to run away from a bout with Crawford. Canelo gains nothing from this battle. Canelo Alvarez if they ever fought, despite conceding a 14 pounds weight disadvantage to the Mexican superstar. Unlike Charlo, Canelo insists he has no interest in securing a fight with Crawford due to the size factor. However, Stevenson doesn't think it would be a problem for the fight with Canelo.
Tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always have respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching him, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too. It'll be good.
Currently, there's a lot of guys that talk it, but until you get in that real fight, I'm not saying a guy you should beat. I'm saying a guy that is a 50-50th matchup, then we don't really know what you have. Dropped footage from the sparring session they had 3 years ago on his X account. It was shocking to many who had no idea that Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez had once been in the ring with each other.
Canelo Alvarez.
I want to see Canelo fighting Terence Crawford or David Benavidez. You got 2 options. You can go to somebody in your weight class, or you can try and pick on the smaller guy, Terence Crawford. Had once dropped hints of this before, but many weren't attentive to him when he claimed Canelo Alvarez had sought his help while he was preparing for the Jermell Charlo fight. And it was during their sparring session that Terence Crawford gained the confidence that Canelo Alvarez wasn't much of a big deal for him.
I just want to know if I'm too small for 168. A lot of people my whole life been doubting me. I know I'm smaller than Canelo. I know I'm smaller than these guys.
Yeah, but Canelo's pretty short too. Canelo's
Yeah,
your height,
we're the same height. We're the same height.
Exactly, for a 68 pounder. But he is a freaking boulder. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a...
I believe Crawford could beat Canelo. Being a southpaw with good movement and solid boxing, it would be tough for Canelo to walk Crawford down and load up on his powerful hooks. I wish Charlo wasn't fighting against Canelo. In the old interview, Crawford hinted that he had sparred big dudes like Canelo Alvarez, and he didn't have a hard time coping with them. I've been sparring big dudes my whole career, stances, and got on the front foot, pinning Canelo to the ropes and firing him with a flurry of shots until the video was over. Well, after seeing Crawford hurt Canelo Alvarez in sparring, he has even gained more supporters again after earning a good number of supporters following Canelo's subpar performance. Have to be smart in his fight and not make a skull. He prides himself on trading punches with you. Crawford's not going to do that with Canelo early in the fight, and he's going to be as evasive and elusive as he can because otherwise he's going to get drawn into a trench war. That wouldn't work so well. Fights, and Crawford's style is a style Canelo has always struggled with. He doesn't cope with guys that move and punch well. Mayweather moved and punched well. Bivol did the same too. I see Crawford winning by decision. A Canelo fan's comment read, "Sparring means nothing. We'd see the real fight in September. We should stop the noise already and watch. There's no way in this world Crawford beats Canelo."
Trolling?
Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford is one of the biggest boxing fights that could be made right now. And with Saudi Arabia's involvement with the sport, it seems more possible than ever. And that's all for now. For the very best updates...
You know how Billy do it too, yeah. I be like, man, come on, man. Yeah. So, every time he say that, you know, I just be like, gradually getting into okay. And he like, he's not that big. You know, he heavy, but he's not that big. Right. You know, I'm just like, all right. I'm laughing, but at the same time, it started hitting me like, all right, man.
In the 1-minute sparring video, Canelo Alvarez was on the front foot, but Crawford's counterpunching was so good and accurate with his movement, so much so that Canelo had issues hitting him cleanly. At a point, Canelo missed badly, and Crawford switched. Former world champion Barry McGuigan was asked about the upcoming Canelo versus Crawford fight, and he gave his opinion without mincing words. "I think Crawford needs to get back to his old self in terms of his punching power and timing," said Crawford. "I can't remember the last time I sparred someone my size or smaller than me in a whole training camp. I'm used to sparring these big guys. It's nothing new to me."
They talk all the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. You know, so let's not do that, Canelo.
He's not a second wrote, "After seeing this sparring, then I know where Crawford's confidence comes from. Canelo clearly can't handle his movement, speed, and athleticism, and Canelo is losing track of him in critical moments. That's really sad." Another comment read, "Crawford will beat Canelo. I've always said this. Styles make, but simply looking at the tail of the tape, however, Crawford appears to size up well. The 5'8" Bud will boast a 1/2" height advantage and a 4" reach advantage. Although Crawford is 37, 3 years older than Alvarez, he has less wear and tear on his body as well, having fought 25 fewer fights and 263 fewer rounds than Alvarez.
He's a great fighter, and I always say that. No disrespect to him, but you know, sometimes it's a little crazy that people talking about a small fighter like Charlo. He's big, which he is big, and everybody's talking about if I'm gonna face Crawford fighter.
The cards are stacked against Terence Crawford heading into his planned super middleweight super fight in September against Canelo Alvarez, and that's precisely the way he likes it. Crawford has to overcome a serious strength disadvantage once he steps into the squared circle against the Mexican master. Crawford recently posted a photo of a scale showing that he was 186 pounds. When asked how much he weighed at the moment, Crawford let out a hearty laugh and said 140 pounds.
So every time I see him,
147, who is smaller than Charlo. So no make sense when you guys say that right now. At the end of the day, I don't want to have credit to face Crawford, but you know, you never know. You never know in boxing. I'll go up and down and fight everybody out there. So it's possible. Why not?
Wonders following Canelo's subpar performance against William Scull. A fan wrote, "Wow, Crawford really hurt Canelo in sparring and kept quiet all this while. He's such a real athlete. He doesn't hype the sparring too much. But could Crawford really surprise us all and defeat Saul Canelo Alvarez? My fingers are on." When speaking about Crawford's next steps to IFL TV, Stevenson said, "Terence Crawford is running things right now. As for who he should face next, I would love to see him go up against Charlo. Although Charlo is already lined up against Canelo, I genuinely believe..."
With Terence Crawford, you know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can beat him.
He's a superstar. Considering the circumstances, Crawford is being pegged as a betting underdog for the first time in his 17-year professional career. Such is the case when a future Hall of Fame fighter has to move up 2 weight classes to challenge a fellow all-time great and 4-division champion in Alvarez. Canelo, but it is what it is. I think Bud could beat Canelo. I would like to see it just because I know, I don't think size wins fights. I think skills do.
Can you tell us what...
Canelo's now 10-0 at super middleweight, but largely untouchable at this weight class. Why do you believe that you're the man to knock him off?
I'm the best. That's why. That's why everybody gonna come and watch September 12th.
All right, Bud, good luck on September 12th.
Thank you.
Crawford started his career in 2008 as a 137-pounder. After winning a lightweight title, he became the undisputed champion at 140 and 147 pounds. He currently carries the World Boxing Association's... He's different. He's a dog. That's the stuff that gets me out of my seat. It means that when you need to be that guy, you can be that guy. A fighter who famously refers to Terence Crawford as his big brother, Shakur Stevenson, also believes Terence Crawford would beat... I don't have to stop him. I just have to beat him. I'm not going in there looking to knock Canelo out. Could it happen? Yes, absolutely, Crawford told The Ring during an extensive and exclusive interview. When I look at Canelo, he's a smaller, bigger guy moving up in divisions. Being that...
Crawford to call you out at 68, say that he can beat you at this weight?
No, you know, everybody wants to fight with me, so it's fine.
That being a biggest fight possible in boxing, is that something you'd actually be interested in?
You know, it's crazy when you ask him about that because you say, your matchup is coming out of the other weight classes and that's it.
154-pound crown after beating Israel Madrimov last summer. Alvarez kickstarted his career as a 15-year-old 139-pounder in 2005 and has gone on to win titles at 150 pound-for-pound king. The former 2-weight world champion affirms that skills win fights, not size, and believes Bud has the winning formula with his southpaw stance, excellent movement, and solid fundamentals to cause Canelo a real headache. For 160, 168, and 175 pounds. If he gets hit with a sharp punch he doesn't see, he's definitely capable of getting hurt, said Crawford.
They talk, Canelo is a super strong guy. Man, technique, you already know. If you ever wrestled before, the person that got better technique usually win. It don't matter how much the weight they have or what they're carrying around. It's the technique. Crawford, no.
Somebody I can bet the house on is Bud. Me and him are so much alike in our mentality. He's skillful, yes, but his heart and mind are different. There's not a lot of guys like that out there. The Nebraska native is too little and elderly to go up 14 pounds to 168 and fight Canelo for his unified championships. Timothy Bradley's take isn't widely accepted by many boxing fans, hence, it's attracted several backlash against him and other professionals rooting for Terence Crawford.
He knows how to tie up. He knows how to rough guys up. He knows how to turn guys. He understands weight distribution, man. You know, not only that, the only way that I see Canelo beating Crawford is he got to knock him out.
Against Floyd Mayweather and Dimitri Bivol. He fought Money Mayweather way back in 2013 as a young up-and-comer. Many believe Terence Crawford has a similar fighting style to Mayweather, meaning beating Crawford could prove that he has changed a lot as a fighter.
I respect Crawford.
Speaking about the Crawford showdown, Alvarez told The Ring, you know what they want? Everybody wants that fight, but in my mind, I need to take care of the May fight, and then we'll see, because who knows what will happen. But I know what the people want, he added about the Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather comparisons, to show people I am different.
Floyd is definitely one of them. Sure. Tank Shakur, Devin, Cruz. It's a lot of them, and they skillful in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that like I can bet the house on, but because me and him, we so much alike in our mentality. Like soon as I see
One of those who believes Terence Crawford will defeat Canelo is Barry McGuigan, so much so that he already has a plan in mind that Bud would surely like to hear in order to strategize for the fight. In an interview with Beatwell, an old school fighter in the style of Sugar Ray Robinson, with pinpoint timing. He makes you miss for a moment and then he counterattacks. But in this fight, to take away Canelo's power from the start, he's going to have to get in and out of the striking zone and not keep his feet in one place for too long. However, Barry McGuigan admitted that Crawford will have...
He's welterweight, so don't make sense. But if the fight makes sense, I know.
A lot of people have him at #1 pound for pound. You think that's fair to you?
You know, it's a few people there.
And you can see the same tendencies that Canelo has now, but he's a lot older now. But I just think that Terence has more skills than Lara, and I think he can do more. And you're saying that.
Crawford, when you see Canelo fading, step on the gas and trade punches with him, but Canelo will know what to do, Barry commented. Recently, Tim Bradley took to his soapbox to urge Canelo Alvarez to give Terence Crawford the duel he has been demanding. Crawford, 37, is desperate for that fight, but hasn't been able to get it because he doesn't want to put in the...
basketball, wrestling, anything. Bro, like, man, you can't, man, you looking small. What you mean I'm looking small? You looking small. You gotta really hurt that dude to turn him away.
It is said to be a means for Crawford to receive the golden parachute, which will enable him to fall gently in retirement and live luxuriously in a massive Beverly Hills estate during his golden years.
It's disrespectful.
Crawford showed that he has hit the limit of his ability to advance through the divisions by looking awful in his most recent bout on August 3rd against 154-pound champion Israel Madrimov. Terence appeared elderly throughout that altercation and had been chewing Madrimov's right hands all night. After
I don't think size win fights. I think skills do. Yeah, I think like being a southpaw with good movement and sharp boxing, it'd be hard for Canelo with that high guard to walk him down and load up on them big hooks. I think Bud would be Canelo.
Speaking on the All the Smoke podcast, Ward, who retired with a perfect record of 32 wins from 32 fights, named the 2 matchups he wants to see most in boxing. It's on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing. Stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.